Hello everyone, and thank you for watching part B of the Mount Fuji travel guide. I'm Hiro, your navigator. In this part, we'll dive into the practical details of how to access the Mount Fuji area. After a brief overview at the beginning, we'll walk you through several transportation options in depth. By the end of this video, my goal is for each of you to clearly understand which method suits your travel style best. This episode is a bit longer than usual, but it's packed with essential information to help you plan your trip. I've also included the fun tips and trivia to spark your curiosity, so that watching this video isn't just informative, but enjoyable in itself. I hope that not only your time in the Mount Fuji area, but even the journey to get there becomes a meaningful and memorable part of your travel experience. Part 2, Overview. As we covered in Part A, the Mount Fuji area, including Kawaguchiko, Chureito Pagoda, Oishi Park, and the ropeway, is located about 100 kilometers west of central Tokyo. It's in Yamanashi Prefecture, which borders Tokyo and is the closest part of the prefecture to the Tokyo area. You can reach the area in as little as 2 hours by train or bus, making it ideal for a day trip. As I mentioned earlier, the key to a successful Mount Fuji visit is catching the beautiful view of the mountain. That's why I recommend using a hotel in Tokyo area as your base camp and choosing the best day for your visit based on the weather forecast. A flexible day trip approach gives you the best chance of seeing Mount Fuji at its finest. Let's start with a simple breakdown of your options. Excluding private transportation like rental cars or hired drivers, there are two main public transport options: highway buses and trains. First, highway buses. They offer 4 major advantages: low fares, fast travel times, comfortable reclining seats, and frequent departures from major terminals. Buses run many times a day from major stations like Tokyo, Shinjuku, and Shibuya, with fares around 2,000 yen, about half the price of taking a limited express train. Travel time is about 2 hours, just like the limited express train, and all seats are reserved, so you are guaranteed a comfortable ride with no standing passengers. Sounds perfect, right? But there's one major drawback: traffic. Since these buses use expressways, they are vulnerable to congestion, especially on weekends and holidays. Travel times can stretch to 3 or even 4 hours. Japan's population is heavily concentrated in major cities, so on weekends, traffic flows out of Tokyo in the morning and back in during the evening. During major holidays like New Year's, Golden Week in early May, and Obon, the traditional period for honoring ancestors in Japan, usually takes place in mid-August. Millions of people travel to their hometowns. This causes extreme congestion. 30 to 40 kilometers of traffic jam are not uncommon. And to make matters worse, the Chuo Expressway, which these buses use, has only 2 lanes in each direction, unlike 3-lane expressways in other parts of Tokyo. This makes it especially prone to severe delays. Now let's talk about the alternative: trains. Rail travel offers consistent travel times and isn't affected by road traffic. The Mount Fuji area is about 100 kilometers from Tokyo, and the route involves 2 lines. First is the JR Chuo Line, JC Line, operated by JR East, which runs 77.5 kilometers. Then there is the Fujikyuko Line, FJ Line, operated by Fujikyu Railway, which runs 26.6 kilometers. Together, they cover 104.1 kilometers. Both lines offer local train, which require only basic fare ticket, and limited express train, which require an additional express surcharge. Depending on your priorities, speed, comfort, or budget, you can mix and match. Taking local train the whole way takes about 3 hours and costs 2,510 yen. Taking limited express trains the whole way takes about 2 hours and costs 4,130 yen. There are also 4 to 5 direct limited express trains per day that run through from the JC line to the FJ line without transfers. These also cost 4,130 yen. While the limited express train is fast, it's nearly twice the price of the bus. On the other hand, local trains are cheaper but use commuter-style cars which are less comfortable. Even the local train fare is 2,510 yen, so if you don't have a rail pass, the highway bus offers better value, speed, and comfort overall. That said, during weekends and holidays when traffic is heavy, the train's reliability becomes a major advantage. Part 3. The key decision flow. Now let me start with the conclusion. This is my original transportation decision chart. The first question is, when are you traveling? If it's a weekend or major holiday, my strong recommendation is to take the train. As we've discussed, highway traffic can double your travel time, cutting into your sightseeing hours and lowering the overall quality of your trip. Also, from the perspective of avoiding crowds at tourist spots, weekends are best avoided. Unlike many countries, Japan has a highly standardized work calendar and little culture of long vacations. As a result, tourist demand is heavily concentrated on weekends and public holidays. Most attractions are nearly empty on weekdays and extremely crowded on weekends. So remember, for both transportation and sightseeing, weekdays offer a much smoother and more comfortable experience. Back to the chart. If you're traveling on a weekday, the next question is, do you have a rail pass? Specifically, one of the 4 passes that cover this route. The Nationwide Japan Rail Pass, 2 kinds of JR East passes, and a JR Tokyo Wide Pass. If you don't have any of these passes, the highway bus is your best bet. It's fast, comfortable, and cost-effective. If you do have a pass, then the train can be a better option. But train is a broad term, and there are many route and train type combinations. In the next chapters, I walk you through the best strategies for each pass. Part 4. Detailed Guide to Buses and Trains. Let's begin with a detailed look at the bus system. Kawaguchiko Station, the main terminal in the Mount Fuji area, has a large bus terminal with platforms numbered 1 through 7. From here, you'll find sightseeing shuttle buses, local buses, and highway buses. Highway buses connect Kawaguchiko with major stations and airports in Tokyo and neighboring prefectures, and even run long-distance routes to Osaka, Kyoto, and Nagoya. The most frequent routes go to Tokyo Station, Shinjuku Station, and Shibuya Station, with buses departing roughly once an hour or more. There are also routes to other stations like Ikebukuro and Akihabara, as well as Yokohama. For international travelers, buses also run to Tokyo's 2 major airports, Haneda, HND, and Narita, NLT. Most buses use comfortable 4-row seating, 2+2 across the aisle, and are equipped with restrooms. However, some extra buses during peak season may not have restrooms on board. These buses are typically operated jointly by Fujikyu Bus, a member of the Fujikyu Group that manages railways and tourism in the region, and bus companies affiliated with Tokyo's railway operators. You can book tickets through the Fujikyu Bus website or via a nationwide reservation platform called Japan Bus Online. Tickets can also be purchased at physical counters in Tokyo or Kawaguchiko, but online booking is recommended for peace of mind. If you need to change your reservation, you can do so once for free before departure. If you need to change it again, you'll need to cancel and rebook, paying a small handling fee. Online ticket must be changed online, and ticket bought at counters must be changed in person. Now let's move on to trains. I'll start by explaining the lines themselves, because choosing the right train is crucial to a smooth trip. I hope this helps you find the best option for your travel style. First, the JC line. This is a major railway connecting central Tokyo with Kofu, the capital of Yamanashi Prefecture, and Matsumoto, one of the two main cities in Nagano Prefecture. You may have heard of Matsumoto Castle, the scenic resort of Kamikochi, or the ski town of Hakuba, all accessible via this line. Nagano is Japan's fourth largest prefecture by area, while the northern capital, Nagano City, is served by the Shinkansen. Matsumoto in the central region is not. Instead, it's served by the fast limited express train reaching speeds of up to 130 km per hour. The JC line is a vital corridor linking Tokyo, Yamanashi, and central Nagano. It runs both long-distance and mid-distance limited express trains roughly every hour, meaning there is a train every 30 minutes from Tokyo. That's one of the highest frequencies for express trains in Japan. Besides intercity travel, the JC line also serves as a commuter lifeline for western Tokyo's vast suburbs. During rush hour, trains run every 2 minutes, making it one of the most congested lines in the country. From a Mount Fuji travel perspective, here's what you need to know. The transfer station between the JC line and the FJ line is Otsuki Station, a small station in Yamanashi. The long-distance express train to Matsumoto often skip Otsuki Station, except for a few morning and evening services. Instead, mid-distance express train connecting Tokyo with smaller cities in Yamanashi stop at Otsuki Station every hour. These trains are named after regional features. The long-distance train is called Azusa, named after a river in Matsumoto. And the mid-distance train is Kaiji, named after Yamanashi's old province name. Trains are 9 or 12 cars long. Most are 9-car sets, with 3 extra cars added during busy periods. One car is a green car, first class, and the rest are the standard class. All seats are reserved. You can change your reserved seat once for free before departure. If you miss your train, you can board a later one if seats are available. Above each seat, you'll see a 3-color lamp. Green means reserved, yellow means someone is about to board, and red means the seat is unreserved. Personally, I think the colors should be reversed, but what do you think? There's also an unreserved express ticket, but it costs the same and offers no real advantage. Even if you're unsure of your exact train, it's better to reserve the seat just in case. While trains aren't affected by traffic, they do get crowded, especially on weekends and during rush hours. Morning trains from Tokyo and evening train back can be packed. Even weekdays see business travelers filling seats during peak times. Early booking is recommended, and I'll explain how to do that later in the video. One important note, while local and rapid train on the JC line start from Tokyo Station, most express trains depart from Shinjuku Station. That's because Tokyo Station only has 2 platforms for the JC line, and there's no room for the express train turnaround. So most express trains start from Shinjuku, a major terminal on the opposite side of Tokyo's loop line, Yamanote Line. Tokyo Station is surrounded by government offices and corporate headquarters, what we call the city center. Shinjuku, Ikebukuro, and Shibuya on the west side are known as sub-centers, developed in 1960s around commercial districts. It's an interesting contrast if you pay attention. Back to the trains, the express cars debuted in 2017 and are clean and comfortable. Standard class has 4-row seating, 2+2, with a seat pitch of 960 mm, slightly wider than airplane economy class, but still a bit tight. Green car seats have a pitch of 1160 mm and are more spacious. Both classes have power outlets, Japanese style, not USB, so bring an adapter. Restrooms are available. Now, let's talk about local and rapid trains. These don't require express surcharges and are mostly unreserved. On the JC line, local and rapid trains run on separate tracks with different line codes. JC for rapid, JB for local. The JC line is the one used for Mount Fuji access. During rush hour, trains run every 2 minutes. During the day, every 5 minutes. All are 12-car commuter trains. Most terminate at Takao Station in Tokyo. And only about one train per hour continues to Otsuki Station. In rural section, there are also 3 to 6-car local trains. While you could transfer to that train at Takao Station, it's more convenient to take a direct train from Tokyo to Otsuki, even if there is less frequent. Here's my honest advice. I don't recommend using local or rapid train for this trip. Spending 2 hours on a commuter train with bench-style seating isn't enjoyable for most travelers. In Japan, it's considered impolite to eat or chat on these trains. Most passengers quietly use their phones, read, or sleep. It's not a space for sightseeing or relaxing. If you're just trying to save money or treat it as a pure transportation, it's fine. But if you see travel as a part of the experience, skip it. That said, local trains do have a role, especially on weekends or holidays when express trains are sold out and buses are stuck in traffic. In those cases, local trains may be your best fallback option. Now let's move on to the FJ line. This line opened in 1929 to serve Mount Fuji tourists. It also supports local commuters, though the population along the line is only about 140,000. The line runs 26.6 kilometers from Otsuki to Kawaguchiko. Express trains take about 50 minutes, local trains about 1 hour. The elevation rises from 358 meters to 857 meters, a climb of nearly 500 meters. The steepest gradient is 40 per thousand, making it one of the steepest railways in Japan. There are 2 train types, express and local. Local trains use old commuter cars from Tokyo with bench seating and 3-car sets, not ideal for sightseeing or relaxing. Express trains, on the other hand, are elegant and tourist-friendly. The Fujisan View Express features dark interiors and reclining seats, with a special car offering drink service. The Fujisan Express has high-deck cars and playful designs. By the way, Fujisan means Mount Fuji. San means mountain, so it's the same as Mount Fuji. Chinese and Korean speakers may notice the similarity to Fujisan in Japanese, right? Although both the Fujisan View Express and Fujisan Express trains are old vehicles, they are clean, comfortable, and full of character. Truly the flagship trains of the FJ line. The Fujisan View Express runs twice daily, while the Fujisan Express runs once on weekdays and twice on weekends. Now, let's talk about the fares and seat classes on the FJ line. As mentioned earlier, the total distance from Shinjuku to Kawaguchiko is 104.1 kilometers, 77.5 kilometers on the JC line, and 26.6 kilometers on the FJ line. The base fare is 1,340 yen for the JC line and 1,170 yen for the FJ line. As you can see, the FJ line is relatively expensive for its distance. If you take an express train, here's how it works. The Fujisan View Express has 3 cars and offers 3 classes: non-reserve, reserve, and premium. The base fare is the same for all, but the surcharges differ. Unlike the JC line, where the express surcharge includes your seat, the FJ line separates the express fee and seat fee. Non-reserved car, 400 yen express surcharge. Reserved seat car, 400 yen plus 200 yen seat reservation. Premium car, 400 yen plus 900 yen premium car ticket. The premium car is unique, with 2 and 4-person table seats and round tables facing the windows. You can use a table even with fewer people, though you might be seated with others. The 900 yen premium ticket also includes free drinks served by onboard attendant. Meanwhile, the Fujisan Express is a 3-car train with 2 classes. 2 cars offer reserved seating, while 1 car provides non-reserved seats. Now let's revisit something I mentioned earlier. There is a direct limited express train that connects Tokyo and the Mount Fuji area without transfers. It's called the Fuji Excursion. and it runs 4 regular round trips per day, plus 1 seasonal extra. It departs from Shinjuku in the morning and returns from Kawaguchiko in the afternoon and evening, perfectly timed for sightseeing. However, there are 2 major drawbacks. First, the price. 4,130 yen, which is double the cost of highway buses. I'll explain how rail passes can offset this in the next chapter. The second issue is overcrowding. The Fuji excursion has only 3 cars. That's because it operates jointly with the Azusa or Kaiji express trains on the JC line. From Shinjuku to Otsuki, it runs as a 12-car train. At Otsuki, the front 9 cars continue to Kofu or Matsumoto, while the rear 3 cars become the Fuji excursion to Kawaguchiko. In the evening, the process is reversed. Because it's only 3 cars, the Fuji excursion often sells out days in advance. And unlike buses, even when all seats are sold, passengers can still board with an unreserved express ticket and stand. This means there is no upper limit to how many people can be on board. The train has 150 seats, but it's not unusual to see 200 people on board, with passengers standing in the vestibules. During peak seasons like cherry blossom time or national holidays, over 300 people may cram into the train, with standing passengers filling the aisles. It can get chaotic. If you can reserve a seat on the Fuji excursion, that's ideal, but if it's sold out, don't worry. There's a solid backup plan. Take a JC Line Express Azusa or Kaiji from Tokyo to Otsuki. Then transfer to the local or express train on the FJ line to reach Kawaguchiko. Otsuki station is small, with just 3 platforms for the JC line and 2 for the FJ line, so transfers are easy. This route fits perfectly with the day trip plan I introduced in Part A. Head to Kawaguchiko in the morning and return to Tokyo in the evening. I've included a sample timetable showing the best transfer patterns. Be sure to check whether your travel date is a weekday or weekend. Even if the Fuji excursion is full, the 9-car Azusa and Kaiji trains often have seats available from Tokyo to Otsuki. From there, you can catch a train to Kawaguchiko. Unfortunately, the FJ line doesn't run its own express trains in the morning, so you'll likely be taking a local train for that leg. Here's a little tip from me. When waiting for a local train at Otsuki Station, head toward the front end of the platform. Since the train is 3 cars long, the front section is usually less crowded, giving you a better chance to find a seat. The area near the ticket gates tends to be busy, so it's best to avoid it. After all, standing for an hour can be quite tough. And this timetable is varied until mid-March 2026. Japanese railways update their schedules every March, so I'll release the new video when the next timetable is published. If you're planning an overnight trip or need times outside the ones I've shown, I've included a link to the official railway timetables in the video description. In the next chapter, we'll finally cover how rail passes apply to these routes and which option gives you the best value. Let's get started. Part 5. Rail Pass Coverage. Let's take a look at the rail passes that cover the route from the Tokyo area to the Mount Fuji area. As mentioned earlier, this route involves 2 lines. The JC line, operated by JR East, and the FJ line, operated by Fujikyu Railway. Many of you may already be familiar with the Japan Rail Pass or JR Pass. This nationwide pass is issued jointly by all 6 JR companies and allows unlimited travel on all JR lines across Japan, including the JC line. Next, JR East offers its own regional passes for the eastern part of Japan, including Tokyo and the Tohoku region. There are 3 main types: JR East Pass Tohoku area, JR East Pass Nagano Niigata area. These 2 will be referred to as JR East Pass, and a JR Tokyo Wide Pass referred to as the Tokyo Wide Pass. The JR East Pass cover the JC line only, but surprisingly, the Tokyo Wide Pass also includes some private railways, so it covers the FJ line as well. That means that Tokyo Wide Pass alone covers the entire route from Tokyo to Mount Fuji. Let's briefly compare these 4 passes. All of them allow unlimited rides on local, rapid, limited express, and even Shinkansen trains within their coverage areas. Seat reservations are free and unlimited, making these passes a great value. The JR Pass covers all of Japan and comes in 7, 14, or 21-day versions with standard and green card options. It's ideal for long-distance travelers, though it's relatively expensive. The JR East Pass is limited to JR East lines and is much cheaper. It is valid for 5 days, perfect for short trips. The Tokyo Wide Pass is the most affordable and covers Tokyo's surrounding areas, including many private railways. It's especially popular among short-term visitors. A round trip between Tokyo and Mount Fuji by Limited Express costs around 8,000 yen. By the way, which airport will you be using, Haneda or Narita? If you're arriving at Narita Airport, know that it's about 60 kilometers from central Tokyo. The Narita Express next costs 3,250 yen one way to Shinjuku. So just the airport round trip and Mount Fuji round trip already make the Tokyo Wide Pass worth it. It also covers other popular destinations like Nikko and Kamakura, making it a powerful tool to consolidate your Tokyo area travel costs. From a Japanese perspective, this pass is almost too good to be true. One important note, unlike the JR Pass or JR East Pass, which allow online purchase and seat reservations, the Tokyo Wide Pass cannot be booked online. You'll need to reserve seats at a station after arriving in Japan. For popular trains like the Fuji Excursion, this means seats may be sold out or split across different cars. From that perspective, you may either take the transfer route I explained earlier or consider purchasing a JR Pass or JR East Pass. If you buy one of these passes in advance, you will still need to pay the FJ line fare of 1,770 yen separately on a day, but you can reserve a seat on the Fuji Excursion up to 1 month ahead. This is because seat reservations are not available for sections that are entirely within the FJ line, such as Otsuki to Kawaguchiko. So, if you reserve a seat from Shinjuku to Otsuki using a JR Pass or JR East Pass, no one else can reserve that same seat for the onward section to Kawaguchiko. In other words, you can continue to occupy that seat all the way. Just keep in mind that within the FJ line, the system does not officially recognize a reservation. So when the train stops at Otsuki Station, avoid leaving your seat unattended, for example, to go to the restroom, because technically it is treated as unreserved. As for the FJ line fare, payment is simple. You can settle it with the conductor who comes around during the ride or at the station. Here is a handy tool. Simply take a screenshot of the screen and show it to the conductor or station staff. It will help make ticket inspection and fare adjustment much smoother. Please make good use of it. The extra fare, 1,770 yen, is roughly the same as the highway bus fare. On weekends and holidays, trains are the clear choice due to traffic congestion. On weekdays, it's a matter of personal preference. To summarize, if you don't have any rail pass, highway bus is best. It's fast, comfortable, and only 2,000 yen, but avoid weekends. If you have JR Pass or JR East Pass, they are valid to Otsuki Station and pay extra for the FJ line. And advance reservation is possible. And Tokyo Wide Pass, it covers the entire route, no extra payment needed, but advance reservation is not possible. Part 6. The Mishima route for JR Pass holders and travelers from Western Japan. If you hold a nationwide JR Pass, or if you're coming from Western Japan, Osaka, Kyoto, Takayama, there is a hidden route worth knowing, the Mishima route. While most travelers approach Mount Fuji from the north via Yamanashi Prefecture, you can also access it from the south via Shizuoka Prefecture. Along the Tokaido Shinkansen, the busiest bullet train line in Japan, there is a station called Mishima, located just south of Mount Fuji. It's a small station, so only some Hikari, medium speed type trains, and all Kodama, local type trains stop there. Nozomi, high speed type trains do not. If you're coming from Western Japan, be sure to book Hikari train that stops at Mishima. From Tokyo, you can reach Mishima in about 50 minutes. From Mishima Station, highway buses depart hourly to Kawaguchiko Station. The ride takes about 90 minutes and costs 2,300 yen. Kodama trains are especially spacious and rarely crowded, even during peak seasons. So if the JC Line Limited Express trains are fully booked, this route can be a reliable alternative. That said, taking the Shinkansen from Tokyo to Mishima costs around 4,600 yen, and the highway bus from Mishima to Kawaguchiko adds another 2,300 yen, making total one-way fare about 6,900 yen. This is quite expensive, so we don't recommend this route unless you have a JR pass. On the other hand, if you're coming from Western Japan, such as Osaka, Kyoto, or Nagoya, this route is actually more efficient and faster than going all the way to Tokyo and then using the JC and FJ lines via Yamanashi. In that case, the Mishima route is definitely worth considering. You can also enjoy a round-trip variation. Go via JC and FJ lines and return via Mishima for a different scenic experience. As a reference, Japan's daylight hours range from 4 a.m. to 7 p.m. in June and 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. in December. Part 7. How to book and hidden tips. Let's start with highway buses. Mount Fuji area buses are operated by various companies, so multiple booking sites exist. Fujikyu Bus official site covers all routes, but the English version is machine translated and a little bit hard to use. Japan Bus Online and Wheeler Travel offer better multilingual support, but some routes like the Shinjuku line may not be available. So you can choose websites depending on the route you will use. You can also buy tickets at bus terminals like Shinjuku or Kawaguchiko, but online booking is strongly recommended to secure seats. For trains is as follows. Train ticket can also be purchased at airport counters. Both Haneda and Narita have JR ticket centers. And remember, the Tokyo-wide pass cannot be booked online. You'll need to buy and reserve seats after arriving in Japan. Finally, here is some good news for those who find themselves in a tough situation. When the limited express trains are fully booked and the roads are jammed with holiday traffic. Since 2025, a new service has been introduced. Green cars on JC Line local and rapid trains. The train has 12 cars in total, 10 standard cars and 2 double-decker green cars. Although seats cannot be reserved in advance, by paying an additional fee of around 1,000 yen, you can travel in comfort with reclining seats. You can purchase a green ticket at station vending machines, or if you have an IC card such as Suica or Pasmo, you can buy an IC green ticket at the machine for a lower price. This system electronically registers the green ticket information onto your IC card. When boarding, simply touch the reader above your seat, and the lamp will change from the red to green. If you're traveling with a paper ticket, the attendant will check your ticket and manually switch the lamp color for you. Moreover, if you hold a Japan Rail Pass of the green car type, you can use this service free of charge. It's a handy trick to remember when trains are crowded. So after all this, is there one perfect answer? Not really, and maybe that's the clearest answer of all. Each option has its strengths and trade-offs. If the Tokyo-wide pass allowed online seat reservation, I recommend it in a heartbeat. It's affordable, flexible, and covers everything except certainty. And when you're traveling across the world, uncertainty is the last thing you want in your suitcase. That's why some travelers may prefer the peace of mind that comes with the JR Pass or JR East Pass. Others may find a highway bus unbeatable in value, especially in weekdays and in off-season. In fact, if I had to choose just one approach, it would be this. Travel by highway bus off-season with a clear forecast and a clear mind. Because when it comes to Mount Fuji, the golden rule is still avoid both clouds and crowds. Here is my personal recommendation. About 1 week before you arrive in Japan, you will be able to see accurate weather forecast for your stay. At that point, choose a sunny day and make your bus reservation online. With a good weather and a guaranteed seat, you can enjoy your trip with a peace of mind. But in the end, this isn't about finding the answer. It's about finding your answer. Do you prefer trains or buses? Do you value flexibility, comfort, or cost? There is no wrong choice, only the one that fits your journey best. If you're still unsure, I'm always happy to help. Feel free to leave a comment, ask questions, or even share your itinerary. I'll do my best to support you. Thank you so much for watching this series. I hope your time in Japan is full of discovery, delight, and smooth connections. On the rails, on the road, and in your heart. Thank you.